Noob's coming off the back of a win against the league leaders. A result like that, it must give you guys all the confidence you need.
Yeah, I think obviously it's good to see your kind of hard work rewarded with a result like that. So obviously we've put the graft in kind of previous weeks to kind of stay unbeaten in the last 4 games before Saturday, and then to kind of for it to pay off with a result like that. And obviously parts of the performance were really, we're really happy with. Obviously we had to dig in near the end, but I think you're always going to when you're in that situation, especially going out 10 men against the team that's top of the league. You're going to get put under a lot of pressure, and the lads at the back especially dealt with it fantastically well.
Yeah, I mean, does it give you guys that confidence that like if you're going to away to the league leaders and beating them, there should be no reason why any other game should be a worry?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think obviously the gaffer drills that belief into us anyway. That's what kind of makes us able to go and get a result like that. Really, we certainly think we can get points wherever we go and whoever we're playing against. But certainly like that can build now, and we can use that result to kind of have the attitude of we can beat anyone really.
And like you say, obviously probably wasn't the most dominant performances overall, but just like you say, especially when you went down to 10 men, just see that character must be very important.
Yeah, I think you've got to find like different ways of winning. I think there's been some games and like halves in games where we've dominated a little bit more, and then there's been other games where you're gonna have to dig in. Like especially like I said, in a situation like that when you go down to 10 men, you're never going to get loads of the ball. You're never going to get loads of chances. You just have to kind of stick together, and it's all about working hard and battling for each other, which we've shown we can do really.
And of course, this weekend, Barnet, a team who's been in really good form since they've come back into the EFL, so it must feel like another big challenge.
Yeah, definitely. We know all the teams that come up from the National League are really strong, and they normally go on to do well in our league when they first come up. So we know it's going to be a really difficult challenge. Obviously, they've started well. They've picked up some really good results. So we're certainly not going into the game, thinking that we're going to be able to just carry on from last week and take the win no matter what. We've got to be really focused, and we've got to kind of carry that attitude on that we had to get the win last week into this week.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's 4 of the next 6 games are at home, so it must feel like quite an important month or so just to try and keep that consistency up and get some more points.
Yeah, definitely. We've always certainly since I've been here, we've always had probably a better record at home than away. So that kind of proves that when our fans behind us and our kind of knowledge of how to play the conditions and things like that at home, that's really important. So we've certainly got to try and take advantage of when we've got a spell where we've got a few home games to continue this run and try and put a few more wins together.
In terms for yourself personally as well, across the last month, 2 goals, must be pleased with that output.
Yeah, definitely. I want to try and add to the few I scored last year, try and get a few more. I think certainly like in the position that I play, like there's definitely something I want to contribute, as well as kind of working on the defensive side when that's needed. But I'm kind of a naturally attacking player, so I want to try and contribute going that way as much as possible.
I suppose both the goals as well, similar-ish goals in terms of you're 6 odd yards out from goal for both of them. As much as you are playing wing back, still trying to get in those positions to make an impact.
Yeah, definitely. I want to try and get in positions where I can score. I probably didn't do that enough last season, but yeah, certainly this season it's something I've wanted to work on and get myself in them positions where I can give myself more chances of scoring them kind of more simpler goals. But if you can get a few more of them a season, I certainly come around a lot easier than scoring a screamer or whatever.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.